Right, and this is normally to tell us about health and nutrition. Please listen. That's all I ask you to do. Over to you, brother Norman.
Yeah, okay. Very quickly. Thank you very much, Brother Pete, for the invite, for the talk. Only got 7 minutes. I wanted to talk about some of the things I do in my daily life, but I haven't got the time. Some of the things I do, maybe another time, like earthing. I do earthing grounding. I do red light, infrared light. I do cold therapy. I do all kinds of things. But the number one thing that's been driving me insane is prostate issues. 19 years ago, in 2006, I think I said before, my life turned upside down overnight. My kidneys failed. My blood pressure was 200 over 100. I had prostate issues. I was hospitalized briefly, on medication 1 month. 1 month later, I had an epiphany with the universe, God, call it what you be. I said, I'm not taking any more medication, I'm healing myself. My consultant, nephrologist, kidney consultant, my consultant urologist thought I was nuts. Over that time, I've healed my body, and I then realized we're all in the matrix. Right? We have to escape the matrix. Prostate issues, I've lost so many friends over the years. 2 months ago, I lost a friend of mine for prostate cancer, and I think my head is going to explode. My 3 problems with the prostate industry. Number 1, we're being tested wrong. The standard test, PSA test, by all of us, 100% is a PSA test. PSA stands for prostate cystic antigen. Don't demonize it. It's responsible for our sperm, it's responsible for thinning the sperm so we can ejaculate, and it's also the canary in the mind that tells us if anything's going wrong with the elevated levels. The standard prostate test measures the protein that's made by the testes. Unfortunately, that protein is bound up. There's another test which I discussed with Brother Glenn. And everyone I've mentioned never heard of this test. What this test does is it measures the standard prostate test, but also measures that level of PSA that is not bound up. The standard test measures everything is bound up. The test I've measured to Brother Glenn is called the FREE, F-R-E-E, PSA test, and it gives you a percentage. If that percentage is 25% and above, it means you have less than a 5% chance of getting prostate cancer. If that test gives you a percentage of 25% or lower, it means you have a 53% chance of having prostate cancer. So it blows my mind why the standard medical test for all of us is not that free prostate test. So speak to your doctor, try and get the free prostate test, if not private. I've seen the prices between £65 if you get it at home, £125 if you get it in a clinic. So that's my first beef for them. They're giving us the wrong test. The second beef is, I cured my prostate cancer, my prostate issues 19 years ago. Today, I have no prostate issues. And the number one thing that nobody's talking about, does my head in, Prostate Cancer UK has actually received £44 million on the last year. No one is talking about how you cure prostate cancer or prevent it. In my humble opinion, there's a number one thing. We have to get our vitamin D level to 200 nanomoles per deciliter. I look at a lot of blood results from everybody. I've never seen one person get their vitamin D level to 200 nanomoles per deciliter. I keep mine personally at 250. So the things I want to say to you, brothers, is to make a real difference. 1, get your vitamin D level to 200 nanomoles per deciliter. The only way you do that is test. And very good, because if you test and it's say 120 nanomoles, you simply increase your vitamin D. You may have to be taking 20,000 a day. But once you get to 200 nanomoles, it is very protective. The second part, we understand now that cancer cells differentiate. If you take that vitamin D every day, it is very protective of any cancer. Prostate, breast cancer, anything. So I understand we haven't got much time today. So what I would say is, the message to take away. One, you have to test yourself to see what your level is. And if your level is too low, you've got to get it up to 200 nanometers. The second thing, you have to take that vitamin D every day because it acts on any potential cells that goes cancerous. And that applies to anything. And the last thing I'd like to say is that vitamin D is not really a vitamin, it's a steroid hormone. It controls our immune system, right? I do my head in my children. I've got 5 kids between 32 and 46. I'm fitter and healthier than any of them. I don't get colds. I don't get sick. And I say to my children, listen,